Chestnut Boucher with NBC 33. Coach, you called that timeout in the third and went and grabbed Samaya Smith. She looks like the Samaya Smith that started the season last year. For her to have a game like this tonight, what did you see from her?
Confidence. Sometimes they don't throw the ball to Samaya. Whether they don't have confidence in her, or just Morrow's having a great game, or Flage or Michaela. But everybody was dumping it off to each other, and Samaya was finishing. She altered shots. She rebounded. She deserves that. She has worked extremely hard. She has been challenged extremely hard. And the double-double is great. But if you look at that stat sheet, she has guard numbers, 6 assists and 1 turnover. That's huge. And then Mara, we expect that from her. She had 7 assists and 2 turnovers. In fact, I didn't have enough room to bring all of them up here. Those 2 should have been in here answering questions, but the 3 that were in here are our primary point guards, and they take a lot of the criticism. Well, they also need to be rewarded because they have played 2 outstanding games.
Brody Miller with The Athletic, you talked the other day about how happy you were with the unselfishness, and then, today at times looked like you were in basketball heaven with some of the passing. I guess just how much is there a development process to get there? Like, is there a point maybe recently where you realize this team is really seeing the floor well and kind of coming together?
We've had games through the year where I saw it, but we haven't done it consistently because what happens is we have our wings are as elite. They're elite. And they can come off any on-ball screen after 1 pass. And they're so confident in their abilities, sometimes they just go up and shoot the ball, not realizing, hey, let's have a little ball reversal. I'll get you another shot. And I think when they see that happening, they realize this is fun. Scoring is fun. But winning and having everybody score the ball and contribute is just a lot more fun, and it takes you a long way. I said this in the playoffs. Everybody's got to be on the same page. And I feel like 2 games we've proven we're on the same page. Everybody's got to be healthy. I thought Flage might have hurt herself, but what she said happened when I took her out early. She bumped knees. She bumped knees with somebody. For those 2 to get in foul trouble and Shy to get in foul trouble, and our players on the floor, our bench players, to really just keep competing and to go in at halftime up 1, that was big for us. That was big for us. That was big for their confidence.
Bryce Coon from 24/7 Sports, you kind of hinted at it there, but just a lot of people are going to talk about that third quarter, but can you go back to the second quarter and just the minutes that you got when you had to sit Flage and obviously Michaela, and what that does for you going forward?
Well, it brings confidence to those that were on that floor. This game moves quickly. There were many times where I thought, am I fixing to have to play these 2 with 2 fouls? And I never, ever had to do that because of what they were doing on the floor. Just stay in the ball game. Keep it close. They will be good and rested. And Jada especially. Freshman there coming in, confident, shooting the ball, defending those older players for Florida State. That was big for us.
Yeah, Coach, Matthew Brunith on 3. The third quarter, 31-6. What went into that? What, especially defensively, to hold them to 6 points after 49 first?
Just made a slight change on guard and Latson. Instead of fighting to get over the screen that they were setting at the top, go under, she makes threes, we live with it. And I don't know that she made a lot. We just couldn't keep her out of the paint and got in foul trouble because we couldn't keep her in front of us and gave up the right-hand drive in the first half. So just completely get on her right hand. When she uses that screen, go under and take your chances that she's going to miss more threes than she does free throws.
Michael Cobble, WBRZ TV at Baton Rouge. Just the job overall defensively outside of Latson. Their 2 wings were, somebody that I thought y'all would have to contend with, and you did a pretty good job with both of them.
Well, if you like offense, you kept watching that game today because you had the number 3 team in the country in scoring, and I don't know what we are, 6th or something. So you saw a lot of offense. You just needed to play a little bit of defense, I felt like, to win it. You're not going to throw a shutout when you have Latson. But I did think in the second half, I thought our conditioning was big because Flagey and Michaela and Cheyenne were rested. They, played very little in that first half. And so they had a little more juice toward the end and were able to do things in the second half.
Hi, Coach. Tatum Esparza, USA Today. Earlier, Poa mentioned that your message to them during halftime was execution. Can you kind of expand on that and what you said to them during in the locker room?
Well, the first message was to thank the team that was on the floor that kept us in the ball game, and to tell them what a good job they had done. That was the first message. And then the second message was make a few changes on how you're going to guard Latson in the screen at the top, and then just keep telling them things they did good in that first half, things you got to do better in the second half. And you're in front of me now in the second half, so I'm going to call a lot of quick hitters and get the ball where I tell you to get it at the right time. And I thought we did that. I don't think we had more than 11 turnovers. And that team doesn't turn the ball over a lot. But we did in the first half. We had some bad turnovers that they capitalized on. In the second half, we didn't do that.
Yeah, Ron Higgins, Shreveport Bossier-Journal. Kim, did you think Samai had this game in her? Like, could you see this coming over the last few weeks, how in practice and the way the chemistry she had with Morrow?
No, I can't tell you that I expected this. But when you recruit young people and you keep them healthy and they just keep plugging away, they keep just trying to get better. She's had knee surgery, and so she's just trying to get back in the flow. In fact, she kind of grabbed herself a couple of times, and so I thought maybe, then I think it was cramps in her calves, because she didn't say anything like she was injured, and the trainer didn't tap me on the shoulder to take her out. She's a quick jumper. She can really, really get up and alter your shot. What she can't do right now, and I don't know that we ever expect her to ever do it, she can't just bang with you. She's not one of those kind of post players. So do your work early. Get deflections, front, move, be physical, be tough. That young lady deserves a lot of credit today.
Jada Ferris, LSU Tiger TV. When you guys have been saying it takes everybody, and that's what the message has kind of been this weekend. When you have multiple players putting out full performances, how important is that as the tournament continues?
Well, I think Flagey said it in the press conference. We talk about the big three at LSU, and they deserve every bit of it. But I think they'll quickly tell you, what else can you write about them? Start writing about the other five, the other six, because this weekend they were special. Our bench was special. Our entire team was special. It was electric in there for 2 days. And I can't tell you how important our crowd is, our students. 9:15 at night, you don't get to bed till midnight on a Saturday. I know the students, that's early for them, but for our season ticket holders, it's not. And then today, a lot of people had to get off work early, and then you got to fight traffic to get over here. It was electric. And I talked to them after the game. You don't take Sweet 16s for granted. There are many people that never get there. In fact, in our locker room, there's 5 that have never been there. There are 5 players on this team that have never been to a Sweet 16. 5 players that contribute. And I explained to them, this is why you came here. We don't play to just get to a Sweet 16 at LSU women's basketball anymore. That's not that we take it for granted, but our goal every year is to just make a run and see if you can get to another Final Four and see if you can upset somebody you're not supposed to upset. We weren't talked about at all when we won it 2 years ago. So let's go see what we can do.
I know you're not going to like this one, but NC.
Then don't ask it. I'm in a good mood.
NC State, we already know that's going to be your opponent. I guess just what do you recall from that matchup in the Bahamas, and a quick turnaround for you as you head out tomorrow?
Well, I recall that I love Wes, their coach, Moore. Great guard play. Great guard play. We were able to beat them, and Wes was very complimentary of our team after the game. So you're going to see outstanding guard play. I think that it'll be two well-coached teams, and we're vying to win one more game to get to an Elite Eight. They beat some good teams in the ACC. So they're probably much better today than they were when we played them, and I hope and think that we're much better.
Time for one more for Coach, if everybody has it, right here in the front.
Anissa and Samaya really played well off of each other. Do you think that chemistry has been growing throughout the season?
Well, I think all of them are playing well together. I think they're sharing the basketball. They're getting excited when there are extra passes being made and people are finishing. It's not just the two of them, but yes, it helps when those two kind of know each other's tendencies. I thought we delivered passes into the post all night long that were not easy passes, but they caught and they finished. And that's what you have to do this time of year.